So one of you guys requested for me to make a video on the best supercars to use in drag races. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I have tested out every single one of the supercars in GTA 5 at the airport where you would normally do a drag race, and we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 best cars to use in drag races. So I hope you guys go on to enjoy the video. Be sure to drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, let me know down below in the comments section if you guys want to see a video on this, but with sports cars, muscle cars, or some of the LS tuner cars as well. With that said, I hope you guys go on to enjoy, and without further ado, let's get into it. Now, before we actually get into taking a look at some of these cars, I need to let you guys know there is something called a perfect launch in GTA 5, which will allow you to get much better times in drag races. You can see this Gauntlet Hellfire, the regular launch, it loses a ton of traction. Now, if you launch the car perfectly, it will take off without losing any traction whatsoever. It's a little bit tricky to do. It depends what car you're using, of course. It's different with every single one of them. Pretty much all you need to do it is hold down the handbrake and then just lightly press on the gas. And then when you want to launch, you just start driving, let your finger off the handbrake, and then just push your finger onto the gas. And then you guys will be able to launch perfectly every time. And it will help you out a ton in these drag races. And if you use some of the cars in this video, you're going to smoke everybody. So with that said, let's take a look at the top 10 supercars to drag race with in GTA 5. In 10th place, we have the Nero Custom. Now this car is a little bit pricey because of course you have to buy the regular Nero first for 1.4 million, and then you got to upgrade it to the custom version and all that kind of stuff. But hey, it is the 10th best supercar to use in drag races in GTA 5. It got a time of 19.87 seconds, which is actually not too bad. So if you guys were to use the perfect launch as well, you do pretty damn well. In 9th place, we have the EMERUS. Now this car actually tied with the Nero Custom. It got a time as well of 19.87 seconds. This is actually one of my favorite supercars to use in races. It's outstanding. Some of these cars are great for drag races, but they won't be great for actual races. If you guys need some help figuring out what car you should buy if you want an all-around vehicle, there's going to be some links down below in the description to help you find the perfect car. In 8th place, we have the 811. It got a time of 19.65 seconds to make it down this drag strip, and honestly, that's pretty damn good. I'm not too surprised that this car made it on here. It has a very high top speed. The only downside is it has no upgrades. Like, look at how stock this car looks. I'm not a huge fan of that, but the car is still pretty damn good. It's not the absolute best in terms of the all-around vehicles, but it's still pretty decent, and it falls in 8th place on this list. Next up in 7th place, we have the KRIEGER, which got a time of 19.52 seconds. Another amazing car to use in races. This is another car I use all the time. It's literally this and the EMERUS. They're outstanding, and I would highly recommend to purchase both of them if you guys had the money. If I had to suggest one, I personally like the EMERUS a little bit more, but in terms of drag races, the KRIEGER is going to slap. In 6th place, we have the VAGNER, and I'm kind of surprised to see it so high up on this list. It got a time of 19.46 seconds, which is pretty great. Now, if you're a beginner in GTA 5, this is one of the best all-around vehicles that you could purchase that's a supercar. So you'll have a great time driving this thing around, super easy to control and handle. It's outstanding, and you can clearly see it does great in drag races. And in 5th place, we have the Tiguan. It got a time of 19.44 seconds, which is pretty great. I honestly love this car. It's got a bunch of cool customizations and liveries, as you can see. It's definitely not the best car to use on the track. It's not terrible, but it's pretty decent. I love the car, but I would not really recommend it for track racing as much, but drag racing, it does really, really well. In 4th place, we have the X80 Proto. It got a time of 19.26 seconds. This car is honestly great in terms of just driving straight. If you want to drive on the track though, this thing will not do well. It will take off and it will fly into outer space. I'm being dead ass right now. It's not the best car when it comes to that, but it's got a great acceleration and you can see it flies down the runway. By the way, be sure to check out DEGIZANI. They'll hook you up with tons of discounted games and in-game currency for dozens of your favorite games, like GTA 5, Fortnite, and many more. Don't forget to use code Frolics at checkout for a 10% discount. Before we take a look at the top 3, let's take a look at some honorable mentions right here. In 11th place, we have the T20 with a time of 19.9 seconds. which is still pretty great. It's an awesome car. It's kind of forgotten about now in GTA 5, but it handles really well. It's a lot of fun to drive, doesn't have too many cool customizations, but the performance capabilities are amazing on this car. And in 12th place, we had the Entity XXR. Now, honestly, I didn't expect this car to do so well. I haven't driven it in forever, but it got a time of 19.95 seconds, which is still pretty amazing. And when I was driving it, it felt extremely fast, way faster than a lot of the other cars that are higher up on this list. Even though it did not beat them out in terms of the drag race, it's still a pretty decent car, and I did want to mention it in this video. And now for 3rd place, we have the DEVESTE 8, which got a time of 19.13 seconds. I'm sure all of you guys know this car is an amazing car to use in drag races. It has one of the best accelerations out of all of the supercars in GTA 5 Online, and it looks pretty damn cool. I've seen a ton of you guys pull up to drag races with this thing before, so I know a lot of you already know it's pretty good, but it's definitely not the best. In 2nd place, we have the TEZERACT, which got a time of 19.07 seconds. Some of these electric supercars are honestly pretty damn amazing. They do have set top speeds, so when you're driving down a really steep hill, honestly, you're going to get screwed. All the cars with a combustion engine will fly past you. But in terms of a drag race, this thing will slap. And in 1st place, we have the CYCLONE, which got a time of 18.45 seconds. This car is phenomenal. And if you guys launch this car perfectly, you will literally take off. And everybody else that you're racing with are going to be super, super pissed off that they didn't buy this car and they made the mistake of buying something else, because this thing is going to slap in drag races. And it's honestly pretty great in regular races as well. Well guys, that pretty much wraps the video up for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smash a thumbs up on it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And like I said, if you guys need any help picking some other cars, or maybe you wanted some more information on some of the cars in this video, the links are down below in the description. And don't forget, let me know down below in the comment section if you guys want to see another episode of this, but with a different class of cars. It could literally be like bicycles, who knows? Whatever you guys want, comment it down below. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next video.